I'm going to cast on with the Old Norwegian Cast On, which is also often referred to as the German twisted cast on. I use this the most for when I knit socks top down, but I also use it for the brim of a hat or if I'm doing sleeves from the cuff up. I'm going to use one needle and my yarn. I simply lay the yarn across with the tail away from me. This is actually your first stitch. You could start with a slip knot. I prefer not to. And what we're going to do here is build on skills from the long tail cast on. So we start the same as with the long tail cast on, where you put your thumb and your finger in between the yarn, grab it below, and kind of create that diamond pattern. I like to work with my left hand facing up and my needle parallel to my left hand. In a long tail cast on, you go into the loop, grab your yarn, and come out. With the German twisted cast on or the Old Norwegian cast on, we're actually going to go underneath that loop and into the loop from the top, grab the yarn, go back into the loop from the bottom, and then underneath and pull your thumb to kick it out and tighten it. So once again, we're going to go underneath, into the loop, grabbing the yarn, coming back into the loop from the bottom, and then underneath there, kicking out and tightening. Underneath, in, grab, in and under, kick. Underneath, into the loop, grab your yarn, come back into the loop from the bottom, and then underneath, kick your thumb out. One more time, I'm going to go underneath, into the loop. I'm going to grab my yarn from my finger. I'm going to come back into the loop from the bottom, and then underneath, kicking my thumb out to tighten. Now, as I've done this many times, I don't necessarily hold my hand particularly still. I do a combination of movement between my right hand and my left hand, so I'm going to do it how I typically would do it, so you can see that, but the steps are the same. I'm going to go under and in. I'm going to wrap my yarn around the needle, come back in from the underside, and then underneath that again. Pull it tight. One more time. So you go under, in, grab, in from the bottom, and then under, kick out to tighten. Nope, see, everybody makes a mistake every now and again. Under, in, grab, in, and under. It gives a really nice little twist here, which is where that extra stretch comes in. I also find that because I tend to cast on particularly tight, I usually will cast on with a needle size 2 sizes larger than what I'm actually going to knit with, or in the case of socks, I will hold 2 needles together to cast on. If you find that you yourself are a tight knitter, this is a good option for you to keep your tension consistent with your knitting tension. I hope that was helpful. Thank you and have a great day.